Imagine being able to build an app with your name.
Hello, everyone. Let me just take a second to make sure the audio is good because it was bugging a little bit on my end. So let me make sure this sounds good. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream. Today we have a good one here between the Montreal Canadiens and the Washington Capitals. So let me see what the audio sounds like. Everyone, let me just take a second to make sure the audio is good because it was bugging a little bit on my end. So let me make sure this sounds good. Hello, everyone. Okay, it looks good to me. Let me know if there's anything that's wrong. Let me clean my camera here real quick. It was cutting out a little bit when I started this. Like the KPS was going like insane. It was like on crack. It looks fine now. Like it's not going crazy, but it is a little bit slow on my end. Could you guys let me know how good the video quality and such is on your guys' end? It looks good. Looks good on my end. All right, so we got a good matchup here today between the Washington Capitals and the Montreal Canadiens. So a little fun fact here tonight about Washington. This is our first time streaming Washington this season, which means up to this point we have streamed all 32 teams in Watch with Nordic live commentaries. And I think that's very cool. Again, you know, you want to do all 32 teams at least once. Last year, it took us until, I think, April. It took us the whole year to get to 31. We didn't even do all 32 teams last year. This year, we have already gotten to that 32 team mark in November. So I am absolutely thrilled about that. Reading all the comments here. Looks good. Puck drop coming. It looks a little bit laggy, but like I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe it needs a second to buffer itself out. I don't know. It's being really weird. But hopefully you guys are having a great week so far. It's been a fun week for sure. We got 2 commentaries tonight. We'll start off with this game, Washington and Montreal, and then we will do Vancouver and Dallas later tonight. Just closing down everything here, making sure everything's good. It looks fine on my end, but sometimes it'll lag up and move a little bit slow. But I did just close out of a tab, so if you guys want to let me know how it looks. Comes and goes, it's okay. I don't like that. It should fix itself as the stream goes along. But the overall KPS and stuff like that, it looks like it's fine. It's not like fluctuating like crazy. So I'm satisfied with that. Okay, we got a good... if you have no audio, leave and come back. That's what I recommend with that. All right, starting goaltenders tonight, we have Charlie Lindgren in net for Washington and Sam Montembeault in net for Montreal. The audio is on, it says. I can turn it down a little bit. Maybe that will help with the KPS. But we're almost ready to get started here. We're going to do the national anthem in just a moment. We're good? Good. Good to hear, Hugh. How's everybody doing? Hope you guys had a great week and weekend. Moving into American Thanksgiving. I know we have Canadians in here, obviously, so not all of you are celebrating on... Yeah, it does it on my phone, too, where it'll, like, cut out the audio and stuff, so it does happen. But we're heading into that point where it's American Thanksgiving here very soon. And I know we have some Canadians in here who are not celebrating, but I'm looking forward to American Thanksgiving. And it looks like we're getting ready for puck drop here between the Washington Capitals and the Montreal Canadiens. It is a first-round matchup from last year. These two teams faced off in round 1 of the playoffs last year. Just let me know how the audio and stuff is as we move along here. I will accommodate it the way that I need to. It looks okay on my end, but just let me know, guys. Okay, we are ready for puck drop here. A first-round matchup from last year. The Montreal Canadiens and the Washington Capitals, and the puck is dropped, and we are underway. Face-off is won by Montreal. They play it back down low to the Washington zone. Trying to clear it back down the other way is Alexi Protas. McMichael dumps it back into the Montreal zone. Montembeault comes out and gives it over to Struble on the right side. Cole Caulfield drops it back down low for Struble. Struble holds that puck in the Montreal zone. He'll move that one through center. Pass to Nick Suzuki. Suzuki brings it down the right side. Stolen back then by Washington and cleared down the other way as Ovechkin could not get to that puck in time, and it is an icing here against the Capitals. We have seen both these players play and watch with Nordic Live commentary streams. This is Charlie Lindgren's 5th commentary stream that he has played in, and for Sam Montembeault, it is his 6th, including playing in last Thursday, actually, against the Dallas Stars. So we were just live recently for Montreal on Thursday. It was a 7-0 blowout against the Dallas Stars. I'm hoping we don't see that again here. I'm hoping we see an actual close game. Washington coming off of a win last night against the Oilers, I believe. Puck is dumped down low into the Montreal zone now on the right side. Matheson will battle for that puck. It's clicked off the boards. Then Carlson a shot. It goes off of Protas and back to the right side where Demidov sends it forward. Slavkovsky gets tied up there by the likes of Fahavari, and it's dumped back into the Montreal zone, but the Habs get it right back. And we have a penalty. And it looks like it's against Montreal is what I saw. But regardless of who it's against, we're going to get a power play here. And yes, it is against the Montreal Canadiens. Juraj Slavkovsky is going to the box for a hooking call. And just a minute or two here into this game, the Washington Capitals have the team's first power play. So Slavkovsky will take the penalty. Protas takes a stick to the face. He looks okay. But we're going to go to the power play here now in Montreal, and the Caps will get the first man advantage of tonight. Face-off won by the Caps. Ovechkin off the draw. He scores! The grade 8 Alex Ovechkin right away. That did not take long. It's 1-0 Washington. His first power play goal of the year, the most dangerous and greatest goal scorer in the National Hockey League, gets us up and rolling here less than a minute in. Wow. Oh my Lord. Shot from the point. Good face-off win by Dylan Strome. Shoots that one right past the likes of Sam Montembeault and Ovechkin, who loves to score goals in Montreal. Makes it a 1-0 lead here for Washington in the first period. That is Ovechkin's 5th career commentary goal. He's scored 5 in Watch with Nordic live streams. His 8th of the season. And the Caps are off to an early lead there on the power play. Montreal trying to move it down low into the Caps' end. Capitals will regroup here now on the right side. Carlson will move to center. Protas races for it now down low into the corner. Picked up then by Evans. Here comes Jake Evans. Moves the puck through center. Pass up then for Anderson. Can't get that one through. Washington will get it back and clear it all the way down the other way. And that's an icing against the Caps, but regardless of that, an early goal by Alex Ovechkin makes it a 1-0 lead here for Washington. Again, that's his 5th goal in Watch with Nordic commentary streams. That's his 905th career goal. He is first in everything when it comes to goals. Regular goals, even strength goals, power play goals, overtime goals, game-winning goals. They're showing the graphic here on screen. He is first in every single remark. Face-off here now, won by the Caps in their own zone. Cleared out to center. Wilson backhands that one into the Montreal end. Montembeault throws it down low to Hudson. Hudson to Suzuki. Suzuki to Boldu. Boldu will clear that one down low into the zone. Suzuki now in the corner. Caulfield tries to race for it, but Ryan Leonard gets it back. He had 2 goals last night against the Oilers. Montreal looking to come off of a loss on Monday against the Blue Jackets. They've dropped their last 3 games. Here's Leonard now, moves it into the zone. Leonard pass over McMichael, and a save by Montembeault there as the rebound is cleared away. And back to the right side now. Boldu will race it back to center. Caps get that puck. They'll clear that one into the zone. McMichael brings it in, looks for options. Pass over then down low for Leonard behind the net in front. And that one goes wide again for another chance by McMichael. Caps will battle for that puck here. Canadiens will steal it back. Waiting for it now down low is Matheson. 17-10 left to go here in the first period. Shots are 3-0 in favor of the Caps. They have a 1-0 lead here. And this game has moved pretty quickly here as we expected for, Washington to come out here running after that win yesterday. They are on a back-to-back. Montreal has not played since Monday. Puck is dumped back into the Washington zone here now. It's Veleno battling forward in the corner on the right side. Picked up then by the Caps. Stolen in front. Gallagher drops his stick. And Montreal gets it right back down low. Gallagher battling for it now alongside McMichael. Down low in the corner. Veleno to the point. Matheson now on the right side. Will shoot that one wide. And over then for Milana, who will attempt to clear, but it's kept in though by Montreal on the right side. Caps get it back. They will clear it down the other way. It's not enough for an icing. And the Canadiens will regroup. So we obviously streamed Montreal on Thursday against the Dallas Stars. They were blown out 7-0 already, not off to a good start here tonight. I'm hoping it's not a repeat of that because those goalies' save percentages after that game, Monty had a 905 in commentary streams. He dropped to like a 796 or something like that. He was terrible. Montreal dumps it back into the Washington zone. Lindgren comes out of his net to play it on the right side. Ovechkin looks for options, feeds it past the center. Into the zone, looking for options here. Cleared down low is Strome. Strome feeds that one up to the point. Carlson shoots it on net. Glove saved by Monty. He struggles with it, but he does make the cover. It was up in the air a little bit, but he did eventually make the save. So it's Ovechkin from Strome with the goal. Shots are 2-1 in favor of Washington. So I apologize. The numbers that I brought up weren't exactly the shots on goal. Hopefully everybody had a great day and weekend and week. Tomorrow's Friday. That's what I love about these Thursday streams. I get to do these, have fun all night, and then I realize, wait a second, tomorrow's Friday. My week's over. And then a new week begins the next week. So, you know, it's a repeat cycle. Face-off here in the Montreal zone. Anderson will lose the draw. Carrier does get it back, though, for the Canadiens. He'll backhand that one up the boards then to Joshua Waugh, who was in here tonight. Anderson battling for it on the right side. It's banked off the boards then. And Washington will take it back the other way. Dumping it in as Wilson. Wilson battling alongside Carrier. We know Tom Wilson is reviled here in Montreal after what happened here last, April? Here's Waugh. Brings it through center down the right side. Shoots it. And a glove save by Charlie Lindgren. And that's his first real test of the game. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Let me know how the audio and quality is. No work or school on Friday. I have school and work tomorrow, but all next week I am off, except for Tuesday. So I would expect streams on Monday and Wednesday. And then that will be it for November, actually. We won't do any more streams after that. So we have like maybe 3 more streams left after tonight. It's unfortunate because we did so many in October, but now my schedule is getting so much better, so much busier. I have Royals like every Wednesday in the month of December, which is so annoying. Face off here won by Montreal. Hudson now moves it on the wrong right side. Lane Hudson drops it back up. Moving it down low then Suzuki. Played back to Caulfield on the right side. Caulfield banks it off the board. Struble will backhand that one down low. It's kept in. Boldu throws it behind the net. Now Suzuki battles for that puck in the corner. Chekrin trying to get to that one there, but Montreal has some legitimate control. Caulfield a shot. Save there. As that one was on the goal line. Duhaime knocks a Montreal player to the ground. Here's Leonard with some speed. Ryan Leonard looks. Tries shooting that one on net. He gets tied up there by Struble. Play back down low. Milano in front. Deking around is McMichael. It's blocked. Rebound there is shot wide and taken back then by the Canadiens, who will get a chance to regroup. Great picture on the post last night. Yeah, good night. We saw Lehigh Valley and Rochester. We got to see Devin Levi. I thought that was pretty cool. Got to see Consta Helenius. He scored. Obviously, the guys for the Phantoms, like Kolosov, you know, those guys. It was a good game. It was fun. Hockey's always fun. Here's Matheson now battling for it down low behind the net. And a tripping call against Montreal. As Mike Matheson trips a capital right in front of the official. And yeah, that is a penalty. And Washington will head to the power play. Matheson not very happy about that call, but I mean, what can you do? Alex Ovechkin with a power play goal. His first power play goal of the year. And we had to commercial break for the first time. It is 1-0 Caps. How's the audio and everything? Need to see Levi and Rochester. Yeah, he was all right last night. I think, again, like, he allowed 3 on, I think it was like 20 shots. But, like, he wasn't bad. His team didn't play that great defensively. It was cool, though, because I've never seen Rochester before. And it's fun when some of those other teams come to town. Like, I think the weekend of my birthday we're going to go. I'm going to see, like, Cleveland and I think Charlotte are coming. So it's good to see, like, you know, newer teams. Because the difference is like, when you're, like, in the minors, especially the ECHL, you only play teams in your division for the most part. Like, for the AHL, like, Lehigh Valley never sees, like, Texas. Unless if it's the playoffs. They'll never see Texas or Milwaukee. Sometimes they'll go there. But you don't typically see that often. Go Canadiens, go Habs, go. Love to hear that. Let's see if you guys can come back here and get the win. Not an ideal start, but it's not out of reach. Markstrom was with Rochester at one point? Wow. I did not know that. That's cool, man. Apparently, Joseph Wall was in Lehigh Valley the weekend of his conditioning stint with the Marlies, but I wasn't there for that. All right, Washington power play coming up here now. You look at the Caps. They obviously had a power play right off the draw. Ovechkin shot from the point. Don't really think I blame Monty for that one. It is a shot from the point, and it is Ovechkin. Shots are 3 apiece. And the Caps will have a power play here once again. Face-off won by Washington. Strome up to the point down low. Chychrun throws that one just wide. Now played back down low. Here's Veleno. Moves to center. Dobson tried getting that puck first. It's stolen back then by Washington. Strome to Ovechkin. Will dump that one back down low. On the right side, Dobson tried to clear. Evans gets it, and he will clear down the other way. Picked up by John Carlson. Carlson down the right side, drops it back. Here come the Caps through center. Strome to Chychrun. Chychrun tries shooting that one down low. He's tied up by Anderson and Carrier. More Caps join the fight. Puck is still loose as Carrier holds it under his stick. Caps trying to get that one loose. Still battling for it here, and finally they will get that one free. It's cleared back out to the right side. Carlson's there, waiting for it back up to the point, and it slides out of the zone. When Florida was Rochester's team, wow, that really made sense distance-wise. For sure, that did not make any sense at all. I remember Utica was like Calgary's team at one point. Here's Strome now. He dumps that one down low into the Montreal zone. Now on the right side, Jackeye will clear that one down all the way the other way. 30 seconds to go here on the power play. Here's Rasmus Sandin, who's been a Cap for a couple of years now. Drops it back through the zone. Ethan Frank now battling for it in the corner. A Calder Cup champion with the Hershey Bears. I believe he was there for both of them. Frank banks that one off the boards. Back then to Leonard. Leonard on the right side to the point. Sandin waits. Leonard moves in. Dekes around Hudson. Still holds that puck. Doesn't have a clear shooting lane. Back to the point. Sandin wraparound play. Leonard one last chance. Loses the puck. And that will do it for the power play. And Montreal clears that one out. Clear back into the zone then for Leonard. It's offsides against Washington. But Montreal doing good, killing off that power play. But they still find themselves down here 1-0 in the first. Washington's power play heading into this game was 30th. Montreal's penalty kill 19th. So I guess those numbers kind of stay the same overall. Face-off coming here now. It'll be outside of the Montreal zone. The Caps with the early goal here. Face-off won back then by Montreal. Dump back down low into the Canadiens' end. In the corner, Struble. Struble will backhand that one all the way out to center. Racing for it then down low. It's picked up by the Caps defense. Slavkovsky feeds a pass to center. Here's Demidov. Demidov brings it in. Looks for options. Gets knocked down, and that will be a penalty. There you go. And now the Canadiens will get a power play. The refs are calling everything tonight. It's Justin Sordiff who's going to go to the box. And it'll be a power play for Montreal coming up. So one thing we highlighted that was really interesting. You see Washington traded that guy for 2 second-round picks from Florida. It was said last year if he was on any other program besides Florida, he would have made the NHL. Sort of, that is. Habs have been cold lately. A lot of young talent. Yeah, I mean, again, like, people jumped out to panic over that. Like, the injuries are a concern, yes, but teams had bad weeks. You're not going to win every single week. Unless if you're the Avalanche or the 2022-23 Boston Bruins. You're not going to win every single week. Here's Washington now through center. Slavkovsky to Caulfield. It's tipped off a stick and out of play as Montreal brought that one into the zone. Thoughts on the Mikko Rantanen boarding the other night against the Isles? Yeah. Thought that was kind of dirty, but I understood why they didn't suspend it. He is going to have to answer the bell, though, next time the Stars are in New York, and that probably will be what? I think it's in April. So it is a ways away, but yeah, that was a rough play. McMichael now, shorthanded. Washington brings it out to center. A pass over then on the right side for Carlson, who will just bat that one down low behind the net. Shout out to my girlfriend, Cadence. It's our anniversary on Sunday. She just asked for a shout out. Hudson dumps it down low to the Washington zone. Played back in the corner, Boldu. Trying to feed a pass to center. Carlson battling forward here with Caulfield. Washington gets it back. It's cleared all the way down the other way and back into the Montreal zone. Montembeault. Back then for Hudson. Halfway through the power play. Lane Hudson drops it back. Demidov. Through the zone. Gallagher. Back to Demidov. Stolen back then by Sandin. Cleared the other way. Still no shots so far on this Montreal power play. Here's Noah Dobson now. Will get it with 40 seconds to go. Drops it back then for Demidov, who loses an edge. Gets it back. Brings it into the zone. Will shoot that one wide of the net. Now fighting forward on the right side. It's banked off the boards and back out to the neutral zone. Dobson to Demidov. Back to Dobson. Into the zone. Gallagher. That second unit out there for Montreal. Here's Suzuki. Moves into the center. Waits. And doesn't shoot it. He didn't really have a lane to. Washington will battle for that puck. It's thrown up to the point. Kept in, though, by Montreal. It's a race for it now to an empty side. Washington beats him to it. And they will clear the other way. That will pretty much do it here for the power play. A good kill by Washington. No shots allowed. There hasn't been any shots allowed by any team since that power play from Washington. Here's Jake Evans now. Has some speed. Moves it in. Will drop it back. Sends it behind the net. Washington gets to it first. Now, Waugh battling for it down low. It's sent up to the point. Matheson now on the right side. Cleared down low behind the net. Canadiens have it. It's Carrier. In the zone. Looks for options. Up to the point. Matheson moves in. Shoots it. And that one deflects wide. Mike Matheson now down low. Banks it off the boards and in front. And stolen back then by Bavillier, who will clear that one out to center. Now Ovechkin with some room. Alex Ovechkin shoots it. And he fans on that one a little bit, but it doesn't matter because it's offsides anyhow. 8:16 left to go here in the first period. It's 1-0 Caps. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. If you are new to the channel and you like what you see, I would love it if you would subscribe down below. If you're new, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. We are just about 180 away. So we're getting there. Yep, see you, Bon. Have a great evening, bro. 170 more is, or 120, 180 more is what we need. So, I think we'll cut it close. If we have like a very good month of December, then I can see it, but we're going to cut it very close probably. But who knows, depending the amount of ones I do in the month of December. We didn't do that many this month, comparatively speaking. We've only done, up to this point, 13 streams. And then, obviously, next week will be 3 more. So we did 16. I think last month, I can grab my stats here real quick. Just, check real quick, because why not? We did 18. So we're actually not going to be that far off. But it feels like we've done a lot less than what we could have. Anyway. Still a 1-0 Washington lead here after a couple of power plays. Face-off now outside of Montreal zone, won by the Caps. Into the zone then, cleared by Sandin. Now down low, Carrier battles forward in the corner. On the right side as Washington will try and clear. It's kept in, though, and cleared down the other way. Holding that puck down low, clearing it around then as Van Riemsdyk, thrown back up to center. Shot in then by Montreal. Veleno throws it in front, rebound in front, deflected, saved by Lindgren on Gallagher, who had a close chance there, but he is denied. And Jared Davidson out there on the ice as well in his second game. Obviously, Montreal has been pummeled with injuries, of course. They have not had a lot of luck on the injury front. That is a definite. And there's definitely been some struggles there for sure with that. If the home team loses, you shave one of your eyebrows. Maybe that'll get more people to tune in. Yeah, man, I might have to come down to... like the guy... Were any of you there on Monday where the guy's like, if the Ducks win, I'll shave my ass? I was like, Jesus. I don't know if I'd do that. I mean, maybe some people do need to do that. Washington has the puck here now. They'll move it through center. It's poke checked ahead then by Montreal. Caps get it right back. Here's Sandin. Brings it into the zone. A pass over in front. Sortif tried to get into that puck, but it was broken away. Montreal trying to clear. They will do so successfully. Bounces off of Veleno's stick. And back into the Washington zone. Protas drops it back. 7:20 left to go here in the first period. Matt Roy holds it. Feeds a pass up then through center. And back up then down low in front for Protas. That one's denied. Didn't even get to him. Demidov feeds it back to center. Into the zone now. Dobson drops it back. Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky waits at the point. Back to Demidov. Demidov throws it up to the point. Stolen back then quickly by the Caps. Banked off the boards. Kept in though by Montreal on the right side. Habs have control. Matheson to the point. Moves in. Shoots it. Saved by Lindgren. Down low in the corner. Caps try and clear. They're battling for it here. Thrown back out to center. And the Ducks regroup. Suzuki to Matheson. Stolen back then quickly by Dobson. Dobson to Caulfield. Caulfield shoots it. It goes up in the air above Lindgren. And good play there by Carlson to bat that one away. Because if that got down there on Lindgren, you never know. Shot in front here by Caulfield, denied by Lindgren. Delayed penalty here for Washington. At the point, Caulfield down low. Holds it up to the point then Dobson. Dobson to Matheson. Down low, Demidov to Matheson. He forces it out of the zone, and he'll have to come back here to regroup. Demidov. Empty net here for Montreal. Puck deflected up then for Boldu. Boldu sends it around then behind the net. Caulfield trying to throw a pass in front. They'll battle for it. Back over to the right side. Suzuki moves in, waits, fires it, tipped in front, and it goes wide. Montreal still has it here. It's a delayed penalty still. Matheson to Suzuki down low. Poke checked away then. Suzuki now to the right side to the point. Dobson to Suzuki. Suzuki over to Caulfield. A shot, and it deflects up and out of play. They finally get a whistle, but not before. A lot of chances there for Montreal, and they will get even more on the power play. Some chances for Cole Caulfield, some chances for Demidov, and it leads to a Montreal power play as Washington got hemmed in their own zone. And now we'll see what Montreal's power play can do for the second time tonight. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Let me know if the audio is good, guys. Just want to make sure that's good. It looks all right on my end. Like, is the quality good? The video's good. Need a big night from Tampa. Would love to see the Oilers lose again. We'll see what happens there. Are they on their they're on their eastern road trip, aren't they? Alex Ovechkin with the only goal tonight. It is 1-0 Caps. Everything's running great. Good. All right. Jacob Chikrin is going to the box. It's going to be a Montreal power play here. It's their second power play of the game. It's already been an intense first period here. A lot of power plays for both sides. Face-off coming up here now in the Washington zone. It's one back by the Caps. They will clear that one around center. Battling forward here. Puck goes up in the air. Boldu fights for it then. Lane Hudson picks it up then for Suzuki on the right side. Habs keep it in. Caulfield moves in, shoots it, and that one goes up and out of play. I'm trying to make my computer charge here. Can only be a certain way. Face-off coming here now inside of the Montreal zone. Habs are still on the power play. Face-off. One back then by Montreal. Hudson to Slavkovsky. Intercepted then by Suzuki. Down low now on the right side. Suzuki to Hudson at the point. Suzuki waits, shoots it, save, rebounds there in front. It's kicked away then by the Caps. Montreal keeps it back in the zone though. Lane Hudson now at the point. Pass intercepted. Suzuki to Slavkovsky, a shot. And that one deflects off of Lindgren and back down low. Washington intercepts it. It's kept in though by the Habs. Hudson over to Suzuki, a shot. He fans on it. It slides in on Lindgren and he makes the save. Can Montreal win this game? Yeah, definitely. It's still close. It's only a 1-0 game, and they've outshot Washington here in the first. So, yeah, it's doable. Shots are 10-3, it says, in favor of Montreal. Wow. 10-3. Face-off here now in the Washington zone. Once again is won by the Caps. They clear it all the way down the other way. Dobson behind the Montreal net. Noah Dobson waits. Drops it back. Kapanen to Demidov. To Gallagher. Up to the point. Waiting Dobson on the right side. Demidov holds the puck. Dobson a shot. Save. Rebounds in front. They're jabbing at it. It's still not in the net. They're pushing at it. And the ref finally blows the whistle. As Lindgren keeps that one out. The Montreal fans were cheering. But for nothing, because that puck did not cross the goal line. So there you go. Huh. Well then. They kept jabbing at that puck, and the refs weren't blowing the whistle. I'm like, so is there going to be a call here, or what? A little bit confused about that. Anyway. Ooh. Showing the replay. That looks like that might be in the net. Ooh, that might be in the net. That's a little... Ooh, we'll see here. We'll see here. Yep, that should be a goal. That should be a goal. It was close. But it looks like there's a... It looks like it did cross the line a smidge, and I do see some white in between that. That should be a goal. They're going to review it here. They come to a quick decision. They're taking off the headsets already. All right, let's see the call here. Oh, wait, now they're putting him back on. It's really close. So Gallagher shoots it. It slides. It looks like, from the overhead view, it looks like it's in, but I don't know if it's enough to be conclusive. From the other end, it looks like, from the end, like where they show it, like down to the ice level, it looks like it's a goal. It looks like it crosses the line, and there is some white paint or some of the white ice that does come in between it and the overall and the red line. Sometimes you'll see with calls like that, if you can't see that it's definitively in, it's not conclusive. I think this is conclusive, though. I think you can kind of tell that puck has crossed the line. Let's see what the call is. We have a goal! Brendan Gallagher. It took some time to make the decision, but Brendan Gallagher gets the goal, his first of the season. It's a tied hockey game here, and that is his second goal in commentary streams. There you go. We are tied at 1 here in Montreal. It'll be a power play goal. They jabbed at that puck. That's why the officials, or that's why the fans in the back were cheering. I was like, is that puck in? I couldn't tell from my angle. But there you go. Brendan Gallagher, his first goal of the season, assisted by Noah Dobson and Ivan Demidov. We are tied here at 1. Face-off now cleared back into the Washington zone. Matt Roy here now on the right side will play that puck. Shots are now 12-3 in favor of Montreal. And we have another penalty here. And it's a high sticking against the Habs. Holy crap, the penalties are going crazy in this game. That's the 5th penalty of the game already. And just like that, Washington is back on the power play now. It is Joshua Waugh who will head to the box for high sticking. They said they were going to check for blood on, I think it was Dylan Strome that did it, or was it? Yeah, it was Strome. Ooh, yeah, he got him right there. Yeah, that's a call for sure. That's a high stick. There's no arguing that. And Washington will go to the power play here. And we'll see what happens now with this one. Face off here in the Montreal zone. So Brendan Gallagher and Alex Ovechkin, both goals scored on the power play. Besides that, Washington hasn't really had that much offensive rush in this game. Face off here now in the Montreal zone, though, regardless. It's won back by the Caps. At the point now, battling for it, Wilson to Strome. At the point, Strome holds it, moves in. We'll bring it back up to the point. Strome, down low to Chychrun. Chychrun waits. Strome down low to Chychrun. At the point, Strome down low in the hash marks. Feeds that one up to the point. Chychrun banks it off the board. Strome throws it up to the point. Carlson now reaches for it. 1.5 minutes to go on the power play. Matheson to the right side then as Carrier goes down. Cap still have it. Ovechkin tries feeding it up to the point. He's tied up there by, I think that was Veleno. Banked off the boards, then Montreal gets it back. They will try and clear. It's kept in, though, by the Caps. Strome down low. That was a bad pass by Strome. And the Habs clear. Again, Gallagher from Dobson and Demidov. 3 minutes to go here in the first period. Sandin. That's Gallagher's first goal since April 8th of 2025. Here come the Caps through center. Ovechkin sends it back down low. Kept in the zone then by Washington. Leonard. And a whistle is blown here. And a penalty against Washington now. Good God. The 6th penalty tonight. So that will end Washington's power play. And now Montreal will get some 4-on-4 time. And then it's a power play for the Habs again. Again, 6 penalties here in this first period already. And it's going to be Ethan Frank who is going to be the one who has assessed this penalty. So we'll get 48 seconds of 4-on-4, followed by 1 minute and 12 in a Montreal power play here. So there you go. The refs are calling everything here tonight, it seems. Which, it happens. You know, it happens. Face-off will come here now in the Washington zone. Strome versus Kapanen. It's won back then by Washington. Chychrun down low for Sandin. Sandin down the right side. Into the zone. Looks for options here. Holds it at the point. Drops it back down low. Strome, the Sandin, shot. Deflected off Montembalt's stick. And back to the right side. Habs get it back. Dobson looks for options. Noah Dobson here now moves it through center. He's got some room. Dobson and Kapanen at the point now. Matheson to Demidov down low. It's stolen back then by Washington. Chychrun now behind the net. 10 seconds to go here on the 4-on-4. Sordiff moves it through center. He's all alone here now. Brings it into the zone. Power play now for Montreal as the Canadiens penalty expires. Sordiff moving the puck here in the Montreal zone. Finally dumps it down low. Good on him running down the clock a little bit. Here's Hudson now. He'll bring it back through center. Lane Hudson drops it back. Caulfield to Bolduc. Bolduc to center. Up to the point, Hudson. To Suzuki. To Hudson. Hudson. Suzuki. Holds the puck. Hudson back at the point. Down low, Slavkovsky. Saved there by Lindgren. Kept in the zone, though, by Montreal. Hudson to Suzuki. Down low, Caulfield loses it. Now Bolduc behind the net. Caulfield to the point to Hudson. Back to Caulfield. Caulfield to Hudson. He'll wait. Caulfield a shot. And it goes wide. Hudson now on the right side. Banks it into the zone. Slavkovsky stolen back then by McMichael. He will clear out the other way. And that will pretty much do it here for the power play. Last minute of play in the first period. Here's Lane Hudson. 50 seconds to go. Moves it through center. Demidov to Evans, who dumps it into the zone. Now Anderson battling for it on the right side. Stolen back then by Washington. Banked it off the boards and racing for it the other way is Frank. He'll get to it there down low. Roy now in the corner. Frank gets the puck. Looks. Throws it behind the net. Bavillier fighting for it there as Roy's in front of the net. Doing some offensive work there. At the point, Ovechkin shoots it wide. On the right side now, Strome. Strome down low. A shot. And that one is denied. Rebounds there in front as the Caps are going at it there and cleared down the other way. That will be an icing here against Washington, and Ovechkin and Anderson are going at it. And now Strome gets into it there, and now we're getting physical. And there's what we saw last April in the first round. We knew, I was thinking the entire time while I was doing this stream, I was like, we're going to see it at some point here where these guys are gonna show what happened last year, and there you go, we've reached that point in time. So that's something. There you go. And Anderson getting into it there with Ovechkin. There probably will be some penalties in this scrum. Because the refs seem to be calling everything tonight. And this is a matchup that it can get dirty. So you obviously want to, keep some of this play at bay. That is Ivan Demidov's first point in a live commentary stream. Fun fact. So Ovechkin and Anderson are going to go to the box here. It's going to be a 4-on-4, it looks like, for the remaining seconds here in the first period, followed by a 4-on-4 in the second. All right, some freed up ice here now. Faceoff's going to come inside of it's going to come in the neutral zone, I believe. Probably just outside of the Montreal end. Ovechkin and Anderson getting a little laugh there in the box. And Carberry's want to talk to the ref here, maybe because it's not in the Montreal zone and the play ended in the Montreal zone. He's asking the refs. He looks like he's shocked on his face right now. Yeah, it looks like he wants the face-off in the offensive zone, but he's not going to get that, Grant. And he's not particularly happy with that. He keeps talking to the refs. That referee looks like he's 80 years old. I'm just going to be honest. Oh my gosh. That one referee in this on the screen they just showed me looks like he's like 80 years old. 10 seconds to go here in the first period. One last chance for Washington. They bring it into the zone. A shot. And that one goes wide of Montembeault. 3 seconds, 2-1. Leonard down low. There's not enough time. And that will do it here for the first period. 2 goals scored by both teams. And we have a penalty here at the end of that period. And it's going to be against Montreal here. It's going to be Noah Dobson. It'll start at the end of the... at the beginning of the second. And Washington will go to the power play. It'll be a 4-on-3. Would be nice to know which players are on the ice, mostly during power play. I wonder if there's like a thing I could use to determine that, because it's hard to kind of put that on a screen and it's hard to manually do it. I'm sure there's something I could do to fix that though. But I'll try and find something for you. Maybe there's somewhere that you can see that. Well, that being said, folks, it is first intermission time. Goals from Ovechkin and Gallagher make it a 1-1 tie through 20 minutes of play. But that being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for the start of the second period momentarily. And that being said, if you guys have any intermission questions or anything like that you guys want to discuss, please let me know. We can talk about anything. It could be Montreal related, Washington related. It can be almost anything, guys. I can talk about almost anything. I won't shave my ass, though, if anybody's going to ask that question. For those who don't know, that was referenced in the last stream on Monday. All right. Going to make a short here of the Ovechkin goal real quick, so just bear with me here a second. This weekend, I would expect there won't be any streams. There will be, obviously, like shorts and videos dropping as there usually is. But I wouldn't expect anything crazy this weekend in terms of that. We will be back live on Monday. I think the plan is Red Wings Devils on Monday. Wednesday will be... I'm not sure what my schedule is. I think I'm doing... I'll look. Trying to think of it by memory. I'll do Blue Jackets, Maple Leafs, and then Senators, Golden Knights is my plan. That's my plan on Wednesday next week. And then we have a day off for Thanksgiving. There will be no more streams until that following Monday. So it will be some time before our next stream after that then. We're going to go to the power play here now in Montreal. Power play here. Face-off won by the Caps. Ovechkin off the draw. He scores! The grade 8 Alex Ovechkin right away. That did not take long. It's 1-0 Washington. His first power play goal of the year. The most dangerous and greatest goal scorer in the National. All right, that's all done. That was easy. Nice little easy Ovechkin call there. I'll update the all-time Watch with Nordic scoring sheet, and then we can do some intermission questions.
Listen, coming from someone who used to work retail, don't.
Face-off won by the Caps. Ovechkin off the... All right. Not a bad period there from Montreal. They definitely controlled play through those first 20 minutes. You look at that game, shots were 12-6. It was that Washington goal, and then it was pretty much all Montreal from there. After that, Washington really didn't get that many chances. Goaltenders through this period, through these first period, Lindgren 9-17, 11 saves on 12 shots. You also look at Sam Montembeault, 5 saves on 6 shots. He has 833. All right, uploading the... I didn't even know the Kempe video got 200 views. All right, uploading that real quick. I'm back to the stream. Wedgwood turning into a number 1. Yeah, I'd say he's the number 1 right now, honestly. I think, like, yeah, I would say he's the number 1 guy on that team right now. For sure. All right, let me update the all-time Watch with Nordic score sheet, and then we'll do some intermission questions, yeah? Ovechkin, 5 goals in Watch with Nordic live streams. He's actually the only... Those 5 goals are his only 5 points in commentary streams. Dylan Strome picks up his 7th assist. He leads all Capitals players in points in Watch with Nordic streams. So there you go. Anybody who was inquiring about that. And then Gallagher gets his 2nd goal in a commentary stream. He scored his first against the Islanders back in March of last year. Don't ask how I know that. It's ball knowledge. It's Watch with Nordic ball knowledge. Number 8 has been on fire lately. Yeah, 4 goals in 4 games. He's been very, very fun. Oscar Fisker-Molgaard's making his debut tonight. That's sick. What was I going to do? Oh, Dobson. So, correct me if I'm wrong. That is Dobson's... No, that's not his first point in a commentary stream. His first with Montreal, though. All right, that's updated. That is Demidov's first point in a live commentary stream, so that's pretty cool. Just making sure I'm right. Yep, he's not in the spreadsheet yet, so that is his first point. He becomes the 491st player to get a point. Wow. And there you go. That's the updated stats. All right, intermission questions. Let's do a couple here. So, obviously, for those who don't know, I put together a 1,000 question spreadsheet generated by ChatGPT. They are NHL related. They are TV show related. They are food related. Just put a number between 1 and 1,000 in the chat, and we'll read off some questions here. 1 and 1,000. Pick a number between 1 and 1,000, or I'll do it for you. $69. Of course you say that. I don't know. For some reason, Hugh, that number, it went under review. It was like, do you want this message to go? All right, number 69. Where's your favorite place to go on summer vacation? Ooh. Well, as an East Coast guy, I've never been anywhere else besides New Jersey, like Wildwood, Ocean City, or North Carolina. I would probably say North Carolina. I've been a big North Carolina guy. But I've been to a couple of other places on vacation, but nothing crazy, I guess. But mostly beaches, obviously. Mount Rushmore. Ooh, never been there. Never been there. Would love to go there at some point, but I've never been. I like to go to Mount Rushmore. That sounds like a cool trip idea. But that'd be like a weekend thing. It's a little ways away. Live 5 minutes from the North Carolina border. Nice, man. So you're in what? Either South Carolina or Georgia? Not Georgia. Virginia. All right, let's do 497. Frontier. Requested that. Number 497. Mountains. Okay. I've been to North Carolina before. Or I've been to there before. Ooh. What's your favorite dessert flavor? Like favorite ice cream flavor? I've always been a vanilla guy. Always been a vanilla like ice cream guy. Oh, you're in Georgia? Okay. Okay. All right, I messed up my things. Nice, man. Yeah, I've been to Georgia before. Never like been there, but I did drive through it, so but besides that, I've been a big vanilla guy. Vanilla ice cream is my bread and butter, ironically enough. I always get vanilla. I mean, like, just ask my girlfriend. Unless if, like, there's, like, other kind of options, I don't really get much else. Don't like ice cream? That's fine. You don't have to like ice cream. What's your, like, favorite, before you were diabetic, it was Tiger. Oh, yeah. Yeah, nothing wrong with not liking ice cream. Do you like cookies? Candy? You a big cookie guy? I can go for ice cream, but only on certain days. It depends. It's got to be warm outside. But sometimes I'm annoyed with ice cream because ice cream will, like, get everywhere when it's hot out, like super hot out. It'll melt, like, instantly. But it is a nice thing to have on a cold day or on a hot day. Cookies all day? Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Cookies are the best. Ugh, new episode of the Royals Rundown tomorrow. Still in intermission. Again, Washington will start off the second period with a power play. We will be live later tonight for Dallas and Vancouver. So be sure to stick around for that. Any more Olympic rosters? I've been cooking up a Sweden one. I've been cooking up a Sweden one. I want to get Sweden and Finland out. And That'll be out soon. I'm working on a list right now. I wanted to post it either last weekend or this weekend, but I didn't want to. My biggest thing is I don't want to rush it. I'm working on a top 25 U21 players list that'll be posted, but I haven't gotten much time recently to actually look into that. I think I'm going to have some time tomorrow I have to edit the Nordcast tomorrow. New episode of the Nordcast coming out. We did up the notes today. So you guys will see that tomorrow. Besides that, though, I have been looking into it, but like I can pretty much tell you the roster off the top of my head who I think will make it. I just have to put together the roster. But yes, there will be a Sweden and Finland one coming out. It's just kind of a crazy week right now for me with college and stuff. But now that things have calmed down and I got to actually prep for Thanksgiving weekend, I won't be able to make videos that weekend. We'll have those videos come out. Don't worry. Those will be out. I think I'm going to do World Junior rosters as well. So I would be prepared for that too. I know I wanted to do that here at some point. I saw a list today of guys. Still in first intermission here. Second period's going to start in just a moment, so stay tuned, guys. We'll be on in just a second. But thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Again, if you guys are new to the channel, I would love it if you would subscribe down below. It'd be so greatly appreciated. We're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers. Also, leave a like down below for the stream too. That'd be appreciated as well. We'll do a look around the league here in the second intermission. All right, looks like we are ready here to start the second period in Montreal, Washington. First period recap. The goals were scored by Alex Ovechkin 1 minute in. The other goal, Brendan Gallagher, 16 minutes in. As Anderson, Matheson, and Ovechkin will be in the box. Again, Washington will get a 4-on-3 to start off the game, which should bode very interesting. 4-on-3 you don't see very often, but there's been a lot of penalties in this game, and obviously there's always been a lot of traction between these two teams, a lot of intensity. These teams do play each other 2 more times. One time in January, the other time in February. And we get ready for the start of the second period here in just a second. It's a 4-on-3 power play for Washington. Carberry's talking to the refs. The ref that looks like he's 70 years old. Second periods have been an issue for Montreal a bit here. We'll see how this one goes. But here we go. Second period is underway. Faceoff is won back then by Washington. They'll move it through center. Chychrun now on the right side. We'll clear that one around then behind the net. Dobson battling for it now. Down low, cleared by Anderson all the way down the other way. So good clear there off the bat from Josh Anderson. Capitals take it back. Strome through center. Dylan Strome will wait. Pass over to the right side. Moving it in then Carlson. Carlson to Strome at the point. Strome waits. Looks. Regroups. Brings it up top. A minute to go on the 4-on-3. Carlson to Strome. Strome down low. Poke checked away then by Dobson. Kept in the zone though by Washington. Cleared up then for Wilson. Back to Carlson at the point. Carlson holds it back. Down low, Strome, a shot save. Rebounds there in front. They try and jab at it. And it bounces up in the air for Montembault, who makes the save. Good opportunity there by Washington to get pressure on Sam Montembault. Montembault struggled at points this season. Canadiens get the puck. They will clear it all the way down the other way. 40 seconds to go here now on the 4-on-3. Here's Carlson now bringing it through center. Strome waits, drops it back then for Wilson. Behind the net then, Carlson tried getting to it. Dobson here now in the corner. Chychrun banks it off the boards then as it slides all the way back out. And now Strome has to regroup. Dylan Strome brings it into the Montreal zone. Still a 4-on-3 for 10 more seconds. Sandin to Strome. Strome waits down low. Leonard at the point. Strome to Leonard. Now it's a 5-on-4 for 12 more seconds. Leonard, a shot. Fanned on Ovechkin. And that one is denied by Montembault. Down low now, Ovechkin. In front, Frank! He scores! Ethan Frank, a rocket! And it's 2-1 Washington. I don't know if that was after the power play ended, but what a pass by Alex Ovechkin in front. Ethan Frank shoots it past Sam Montembault. And the Capitals have a 2-1 lead. It's his first goal of the season. Ethan Frank has not played that long with Washington. Only just 33 career games. That's his 5th goal in the NHL. And Ethan Frank gets the go-ahead goal there for Washington. It's a 2-1 lead. It's Ovechkin and Strome with the assist. Ovi and Strome have 2 points tonight. Here's Hudson now down low. Takes that puck off his stick. Now Suzuki back in the corner alongside McMichael. Nick Suzuki at the point. Struble waits. Hudson a shot. Save. Rebounds there in front. Jabbed away then just wide as Lindgren on Caulfield. Cleared down the other way then. Struble will pick it up then down low. Hudson to Suzuki. Suzuki in the zone. Boldu on the right side. Up to the point. Struble to Hudson. Hudson to Suzuki. A shot from Struble is blocked off and cleared back down low on the right side. Here's McMichael, 2-on-1, pass over in front, and can't get that puck on his stick. And here they come the other way. Suzuki to Caulfield. Caulfield in. Suzuki behind the net. Looks behind the net. Banked off the boards then and cleared back down low. Here's Protish's shot, and that one is off the stick of Montembault and banked back behind the net. Dobson dumps it down low into the Washington zone. Frank battling for it now with Demidov. Lapierre trying to battle for that puck with Matheson. Matheson shoots it, and that one deflects down low. It's kicked away then by Washington. Off the boards to the right side. Lapierre Thrown back to center. Here's Frank with some room. Frank a shot. He scores again! Ethan Frank, his second of the night. Another rocket. And it's 3-1 Washington. A fast player. He set the record for the fastest skater. And oh my lord, Jakub Dobeš is coming in. Jakub Dobeš is coming into the game. Ethan Frank from Protus and Lapierre. And it's happening again. Oh my lord. For the second straight game that I commentate, there's a goaltending change in Montreal. Yeah, he has to have that one. I thought he maybe had it, but nope. So, Sam Montembeault is done. He let in 2 goals on 10 shots, or 3 goals on 10 shots. A .700 save percentage. And now Jakub Dobeš comes into the game here for Montreal, but it's a 3-1 lead for Washington nonetheless. Here's Ovechkin now down the right side with the puck in front then for Strome. Strome brings it back up to the point. On the right side, Carlson to Ovechkin at the point. A shot from Chychrun. It deflects just wide of Dobeš and back down low to the corner. Unless the Phillies lose. Shot in front there, saved by Dobeš. Back down low then, Matheson on the right side. Here come the Habs through center. Trying to break that one into the zone. Now, Kapanen will race for it behind the net. Beauvillier to Strome. Strome clears out to center. Suzuki banks it off the boards. Kept in, though, by Washington. Beauvillier moves in, fires it. And it's blocked there quickly. Now on the right side here, Slavkovsky. Intercepted then by Sordiff. He shoots that one wide. As it went off a stick now, and racing for it is Veleno, who will bring it into the zone, fighting alongside Sandin. Lindgren comes out of the net to play it. Back over then for Wilson, who will regroup down low in the corner. So Ethan Frank with 2 goals in this game. It's a 2-goal lead here for Washington in the second period. Gallagher now on the right side. Shots are 13-10 in favor of Montreal, but it's 3-1 Washington. Carrier brings it in, holds the puck, fires it, save, rebounds there in front, and they couldn't tuck it through. It would have been Veleno's first point. He couldn't do it. Pass back out to center. Carrier battling for it. Stolen back by Xhekaj. Played forward then Veleno. Joe Veleno through center. Fires it. Saved by Lindgren. Cleared around then down low into the corner. Protus trying to get that one free. Montreal trying to jab at that one in the corner as well. Veleno on the right side fighting forward with Anderson. Protus battling forward as well. Frank trying to move it through center. Stolen back then by Montreal. Washington clears out to center. Habs get it back. Hudson dumps it into the zone. Cleared in then along the right side. It's Fehervari who will attempt to clear. It's kept in though by Montreal. Evans loses it a little bit. And taken back again by Washington. 3-on-2 now the other way. Into the zone, Leonard. Leonard gets tied up there. Will skate it back. It goes into the neutral zone. Backhanded in then by Duhaime. Now Hudson regroups behind the net. Lane Hudson to Evans. Evans has been out there for a while. Brings it around then behind the net. Looks for options. Throws it up to the point. Hudson to Struble on the right side. Will look for options here. Battling for it now in the corner. Puck slides out in front. Caulfield intercepts that pass. A shot. Saved by Lindgren. He covers it with his blocker. And a nice save there by Charlie Lindgren. Montreal is getting the shots on Lindgren, but they still trail by 2 here in the second period. So Sam Montembeault's final stats in this game, 3 goals on 10 shots, winds up for a .700 save percentage. Oh, that's why. It's on the wrong screen or on the wrong screen. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe down below. Whew. It's been a solid game here so far. Lots of goals, that's for sure. You don't want to be the Habs goalie when Nordic streams. Yeah, ain't that right? They're all terrible. They're all freaking terrible. This is the second straight game where this has happened. What's 15 divided by 6? $2.5. He has an 855 right now. If I add the 700 to that, which I'm going to add to it right now. In the last game, so we count the relief. The relief counts towards your save percentage regardless of what it is. Last game, he had a 6.7 or 6.67. Yeah, you go ahead and laugh. Add the .700 to that. That brings him to a... Oh, good Lord. 829. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He's down into the red column. Yikes. Yeah, you don't want to be the Habs goalie when I stream because they're all bad. Face-off now in the Washington zone, won by the Caps. Here's Roy now, clears out the center. Rushing through is Frank. Frank, he's in! Saved by Dobish. Ethan Frank denied of the hat trick. Oh, my Lord. He almost had a natural hat trick. Absolutely robbed. Oh, my Lord. We have yet to see a hat trick here this season in a commentary stream. The most recent one we saw was Sam Reinhart back in Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals. It's Frank's first career multi-goal game. He's fast. Tape is coming loose on Chychrun's skate. Looks like they'll have to get that fixed up. Face-off here now in the Montreal zone is won back then by the Caps. Stolen over by Caulfield. Caulfield moves it back to center. He'll race for that one into the Washington zone. Roy battling for it now in the corner. Bolduc picks it up. Zach Bolduc behind the net to the point. Matheson to Dobson. A shot deflected. And that one goes wide. I thought maybe they could get that one, but not enough time. Chychrun rushing for that puck. It's taken in then by Washington. It's blown dead for offsides. You're going to see one tonight. We'll see it. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to jinx it. I jinxed it every time. They're showing off Ethan Frank in the AHL skills competition. He became the fastest skater to do that in NHL history. 129.5 seconds. Or miles per hour. Sorry. Wait, that might not be it either. Disregard what I said. Puck drops back into the Washington zone. Carlson now holds that one behind the Capitals net. At least Dobish is, if he doesn't allow a lot of goals, his save percentage will improve. Here's Carlson to Strome. Strome brings it back to center. Stolen back then quickly. Here's Gallagher rushing forward. He doesn't have enough speed. And now battling forward in the corner is Fehervary alongside Gallagher. Davidson to Gallagher at the point. Now Matheson on the right side. A shot by Veleno. He scores! Joe Veleno! Hey, what do you say? His first point as a Hab and his first goal as a Hab. Finally, it's 3-2. Finally. Joe Veleno. What a goal, too. That was nice. And the Habs are within one. It's Joe Veleno, his first goal of the season from Mike Matheson and Brendan Gallagher I believe that's his first point in a commentary stream as well. And we have a 1-goal game. Down low in the corner now, cleared back out to the point. Sandin can't keep that one in. Washington will regroup. His first point since April 15th of 2025. Sordiff throws that one in front. Glove save by Dobish on the right side. Ooh, why is it frozen? We're back. Okay, I don't know what that was. That was weird. It like froze for a second. We good? Looks like we're good. 3-2 Washington. Montreal answers back with a goal. Cleared all the way back out to center. Roy banks it off the boards. Turnover then for Montreal. They'll dump that one back down low into the corner. Habs have it now on the right side. Roy banks it off the boards then to Protas. Protas to center. Sordiff will break that one in. Protas down low. Saved by Dobish. Now Sordiff battling for that puck. He holds it. Pass to the right side. Into the zone. A shot. And Roy's puck deflects just wide. Protas now behind the net. Feeds it in front. And that one's clear down low. Sordiff to the point to Sandin. Sandin a shot. Save. Rebounds there in front. Wilson jabbing at it. And they can't get a shot on as there's like a 3-man battle in front. Here's Waugh now to center. Dumps that one down low. Lindgren behind the net then for Sandin. Sandin moves to center. Back then for Milano. Milano brings it in now down low. Behind the net. Thrown up to the point. Chychrun can't keep that one in. It slides back out to center. Halfway through the second period, it's been a thriller tonight here in Montreal. 5 goals scored. It's 3-2 Washington. Hudson banks it off the boards back down low into the Washington end. They'll regroup with the puck. Take some time for their players to change. Into the zone. Fajavari dumps it into the zone. On the right side, Struble. Cleared all the way down the other way. Lindgren. Behind the net then for Fajavari. Alongside Demidov. Habs get the puck free. They throw it up to the point. Matheson to Dobson. Dobson waits. Pass over then down low. Demidov moves in. Shoots it. And that one goes way wide. And it's kept in the zone though. Caulfield battling 40. Picks up that puck. Moves in. Shoots it. Glove save. Rebounds there. And it's covered by Lindgren. Shots for everybody. Shots are 18-14 in favor, or 19-14, I guess now, in favor of Montreal. They're getting the pressure, but the Caps have a 3-2 lead here halfway through the game and the period. It's been a thriller here tonight. It's been a good one. Who doesn't love some good hockey? Whew. Good one tonight here, folks. I picked a good stream. I picked a good game. I am glad. So that is Ethan Frank's first goal and point in a live commentary stream. It is also, if I just check this real quick, because I don't think he scored points last year. It is also Joe Veleno's first point in a live commentary stream. All right, face-off coming up here inside of the Washington zone. Montreal is pressuring for that third and game-tying goal. 3 goals here in the second period. Face-off now in the Washington zone, won by the Habs. Matheson to center. Pass in front. It's right there. And cleared away by Washington. Sordiff now to Protas. Protas to Leonard. Leonard, Protas, waits, shoots it. Save by the net. It went back off the right side. And now Montreal moves it the other way. Here's Suzuki. Gets it around Favari. Suzuki in front. It's right there. And Lindgren makes the save again. It's right there in front for him. But Charlie Lindgren denies it. Caps up by 1. Little nice burst of speed there by the likes of Nick Suzuki. Face off. Going to come up here again in the Washington zone. Caps have the 1-goal lead. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Won by the Caps. Carlson behind the net. Clears out to center. Sorry about that. Veleno out to center. On the right side, McMichael trying to grab that puck. Stolen back down low then. Struble behind the net for Hudson. Hudson. Through center, cleared up then as Gallagher will race for that one into the zone, battling alongside Roy. It's stolen back by Washington quickly. Here's McMichael with Frank. McMichael into the zone, skates it back to the point. Over Carlson. What a block by Slavkovsky. He's down on the ground. You heard that one. You heard that puck clap against the stick, and that had to hurt for Slavkovsky. He gets right back up, though. Here he comes the other way. Gallagher then for Veleno. Actually, it was Veleno who took the shot to the knee. I apologize. He got right back up. Now he's battling for it down low. McMichael throws it up in front. Bavillier will take it back. Puck checked away then by Montreal. I will say this. The Habs look a lot better than what they did last week when I streamed them. Wah. To the right side. It was already like 5-0 Dallas by this point. Anderson. To Matheson at the point. Drops it back. Demidov. Throws it in front. And that one's decked away there. Cleared around then to the point. Dobson on the right side. Pass in front. Deflected off a stick. And it goes out of play just like that. And we won't go to a commercial break here just yet. Face-off coming up here now. It'll be inside of the Washington zone once again. It's won back then by the Caps. Strome down low in the corner. McMichael around then to the right side. Slides out of the zone. Racing for it then is Duhaime and can't get that puck in time. Now it's Matheson who holds the puck now in the Montreal zone. Matheson to Dobson. Dobson brings it in. Behind the net. Down low then Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky looks, waits. Will look for an option there at the point. Throws it up then Matheson on the right side. He'll swap places with Dobson. Dobson to Slavkovsky. Shoots it. Save in front. It's blocked. It's kept in though by Dobson on the right side as Washington tried to clear. And now Strome will get it out. Sandin now battling forward with Evans on the right side. Still in center. Slavkovsky to Matheson will throw that one up in the air. As Protas intercepts that puck, banks off the boards back down low. Keep an eye out for Frank. Puck slides into the Washington zone. It's an icing here against Montreal. Shots are 19-15 here. Face-off here now in the Montreal zone is won by the Habs. Dobson battling forward here on the right side. Slavkovsky trying to throw that puck to center. It's kept in, though, by Dobson. Dobson tries banking that one off the boards. Caps get it back. Through center, Protas. Down low now, Wilson. To the point, Chychrun. Back to the right side as Sordiff holds that puck. Pass in front, deflected off a stick. Montreal tries to clear, but it's kept in. Wilson behind the net. Protas racing for it now. Banked off the boards to Chychrun at the point. Chychrun still has the puck on the right side. Down low now. As Sordiff checked there by Demidov. Kept in the zone. Chychrun shoots it. Saved by Demidov. Rebounds there in front. Protas battling for it. It's banked back down low. Now Evans will clear it off. It's kept in though. Chychrun moves in. Slap shot. He scores! Jacob Chychrun, another rocket. Here in the Bell Center, it's 4-2 Caps. It's the fourth goal in this period alone. It's Jacob Chychrun, his fifth of the year. A clapper from the point. And Washington has regained their 2-goal lead. And there you go. Shot past Jakub Dobeš, who has been perfect so far after being pulled for, or after he was put in for Montembeault. And there's no screen there. Chychrun just wires that one on the right side of Dobeš. It's assisted by John Carlson. And the Caps have regained their 2-goal lead just like that. As Wilson hit Evans in the corner. Face-off now at center ice, won by the Caps. Brought into the zone, McMichael on the right side in front. And Duhaime went too far. Leonard a drive now, and that one is denied by Dobeš as well. Chychrun extends his point streak to 6 games. He's got 17 points this year. Wow. 5.5 minutes to go in the second. The Caps have regained their 2-goal lead. It's 4-2. So there you go. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe if you're new. Also, like the stream. It gives the stream some more engagement. It'll bring more people to the stream. So I would love it if you guys would like the stream down below as well. And maybe my connection will get better with that. So Chychrun from Carlson. Shots are actually even. They're 19 apiece here in this second period as Washington leads by 2 goals. I didn't realize I'm wearing all college teams tonight. I'm wearing my favorite school, Penn State, with my actual school that I go to. So Jake Evans will actually head to the locker room here. It looks like they're taking him to the room. Evans just threw his helmet on the ground. And you can see the Canadiens' frustration here. Face-off here in the Montreal zone is won by the Habs. They'll still jab for it, though. It's kept in, though, by the Caps. Down low in the corner, Hudson battling forward with McMichael. Lane Hudson off the boards will clear that one behind the net. Carrier on the right side. As Duhaime will try and clear, it's thrown back to center. One-on-one the other way. Suzuki throws it in front. Hudson, a chance. It's there. And a delayed penalty now for Washington. Another chance. They score. Nick Suzuki on the delayed penalty call. And we're back to within one. Just like that, tic-tac-toe play after that Hudson breakaway was going to be called a penalty. But Nick Suzuki from Carrier and Bolduc, the 5th goal of this period, makes it a 4-3 hockey game here in the second. Is the quality still good, guys? Just curious. And off of the stick of Bolduc, right on to Suzuki. And a 1T there. Goes past the likes of Charlie Lindgren. This has been a crazy high-scoring affair. And the Canadiens have a 4-3 deficit once again. They're crawling back. They're like the cockroaches. Anybody who gets that reference. Battling for it down low behind the net. Veleno banks off his skate. Beauvillier battling for it on the right side. If that doesn't go in, that would have been a power play for Montreal regardless. Here's Veleno now down low. Battling for it with Rasmus Sandin. Behind the net here as they're still jabbing for it. It's tied up behind the corner. Finally it gets free. Dobson at the point. Fires it. Deflects just wide of the net. Ovechkin fighting with Veleno now. Cleared around to the right side. Caps get it back. Beauvillier will bank that one back down low. Thrown to center and kept in by the Habs. Washington still trying to clear. Finally, they get it back down low. As Caps hold the puck, Van Riemsdyk drops it back then to Sandin. Rasmus Sandin brings it through center. Looks to Milano. Milano shoots it. And that one goes up in the air and out of play. Looking at the Montreal injuries here, they're showing them on my screen. Patrick Laine out 3 months. Caden Gooley out 8 to 10 weeks. Kirby Dach out 4 to 6 weeks. And Alex Newhook out 4 months. Those are 4 valuable players to this Montreal team, especially a guy like Caden Gooley, who is a really good defensive defenseman. They could really use him right now for sure. Face-off coming here now in the Montreal zone. Shots are 19-19 in the second period. Face-off's won then by Washington in the Montreal zone. Protas to the point, a shot. Chychrun. And that one goes wide. Montreal will gain control of that puck. Carrier battling for it alongside Protas. Still has that puck on the boards. Kept in, though, by Sordif as he gets to that one as it slides back to the right side. Cleared back then down low. Caulfield tried throwing it to center. It'll come all the way back out. Here's Kapanen. Pass in front is swiftly intercepted then by Washington. Here's a breakaway. It's Sandin. He's in. Shoots it wide. He had Dobish beat, it looked like. But it's still out. Here's Roy now to the right side. Sandin, a shot. And that one goes wide. It looked like he had Dobish beat on the 5-hole, but it went wide. And that one is no good. I thought it was Ethan Frank for a second. Here's Sandin. Down the right side, we'll look for options. Now Roy will try and bank that one off the boards here as Lapierre battling forward to it. Slides out in front is Veleno. He loses control of that puck. Now giving up then for Frank. Frank to Milano. Milano into the zone in front. He scores! Sonny Milano answers right back, and Washington regains their 2-goal lead. Montreal just can't get a save to save their lives. And Chychrun is down on the bench. Hopefully he's okay. That's Milano from Frank and Sandin. It's the 6th goal of this period. Jesus. And it's 5-3 Washington. Montreal just cannot buy a save. Again, you look at Dobish's numbers now. He's allowed 2 goals on 10 shots. It's 800. Face off here now, won by the Caps. Leonard banks it off the board. Try to slide that one out in front then for Strome. Goes back into the corner. Here's Demidov now, moves it through center. Demidov to Kapanen. Drops it back, Slavkovsky. Demidov down low, in front, intercepted there by Washington. Here comes Bavillier the other way. We'll backhand that one through. Matheson kicks it off the boards. Roy to the right side then to Sandin. Sandin to Strome. Rasmus Sandin will bring it in. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the second period. We're almost done. It's a 2-goal lead for Washington. Once again, they keep on answering back. 5 goals on 20 shots is not ideal. Here's Roy down low in the corner. We'll bank that one off the boards. It comes out to center. Suzuki will bring that one back to the Montreal end to regroup. Hudson to Struble. Up then for Caulfield. Caulfield to Suzuki. He brings that one in, shoots it, and it goes wide. It slides out in front, but kicked away then by a Cap. Sordiff brings that one through center. Banks it off the boards then down low. And it goes out of play. And it actually deflects into the tunnel. Don't know if I've seen that before. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. A lot of goals in this game. Puck is cleared back down low to the Washington zone. Behind the net here now, battling forward is Duhaime on the right side, approaching the last minute of play in the second period. Here's Leonard to the front. Is poke checked away then by Struble. Here's Leonard, gets hit then down low. Will still have that puck, feeds it up to the point. Great effort there by Leonard. Now on the right side, Montreal steals it back. Lane Hudson here on the right side. Clears it around now behind the net. Less than a minute to go. Boldu down the right side. Will clear that one off the boards and back into the corner as Washington regroups with that puck. Here's Favari to Duhaime. Duhaime now on the right side. Drops it back to Favari. 25 seconds to go in the second. Favari. Carlson. Washington just holding the puck. They're not really trying to do anything here. Banked off the boards then back for Wilson. To Dobish in the corner. Matheson clears it out in front then. Evans banks it off the boards. Washington gets it right back. Sordiff drops it over then. 10 seconds left. Cleared into the zone. Sordiff will race for it. Battling alongside Dobson, but that will do it for the second period. 2 goals in the first period, 6 in the second period. 3 from each team. Or sorry, 7 in the second. 7, right? 5 plus 2. Yeah, 7. 7 goals in that second period, sorry. It is a 5-3 lead for the Washington Capitals heading into the third and final period here in just a moment. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back for the start of the third period momentarily. I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick. I will be right back. I have returned. What'd I miss? Whew. All right. Let's get some clips out. We will be live later tonight for the 10 p.m. slate between Dallas and Vancouver. That's the other game we're doing tonight. So stay tuned for that tonight here as well. And then that'll be it till Monday. All right. Oh my gosh. Down low, Leonard. Now it's a 5-on-4 for 12 more seconds. Leonard on 4 for 12 more seconds. Leonard a shot, fanned on Ovechkin, and that one is denied by Montreal. Down low now Ovechkin in front. A shot denied by Montreal. Down low now Ovechkin in front. Frank, he's doing this real quick. Leonard a shot, fanned on Ovechkin, and that Ovechkin in front. Frank, he scores! Ethan Frank a rocket, and it's 2-1 skid. Oh my gosh. Leonard a shot, fanned on Ovechkin, and that one is denied by Montreal. Down low now Ovechkin in front. Frank, he scores! Ethan Frank a rocket. Leonard a shot.
So this guy is about to do something so evil that his own kid is going to get him put in prison.
Just uploading this clip real quick, guys. We're still in second intermission. You're not missing that much of anything.
So the kid, his name is Ronnie.
Banned on Ovechkin, and that one is denied by Montreal. Intermission shot, banned on Ovechkin.
All right, I returned to the stream. Washington gonna win? Probably. I mean, a 2-goal deficit's not like the craziest deficit. Like Montreal can come back for sure. There's been enough offense in this game for that to happen, but I think Washington gets the win here and stays strong. All right, now I gotta update the score sheet. This is gonna be a doozy. I got 7 goals to add to this. Corey U24, Habs ranked first overall. Lane Hudson, Ivan Demidov, Uri Slavkovsky, and Jacob Fowler. Let's hope they win. If they lose, they'll be the 5th loss in a row, so that won't be good. Let's hope they can pull out a win. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see if Montreal can come back. They've struggled here as of late. Let's see if they can bounce back. Still in the second intermission here, getting ready for the third in just a moment. Am I blind? Wow, that's Mike Matheson's first point as a Hab in a commentary stream. Jacob Chikrin now up next. Nick Suzuki then up next. I'm almost through all the goals. I'm putting it into my all-time scoring sheet. That's Suzuki's first goal in a commentary stream. Also, Alex Carrier's first goal. And then Zach Boldu. All right. Let's go, Caps. Love to hear that. We'll see if Washington can pull off the win here tonight. They're up by 2 goals heading into this third period. A lot of optimism there, obviously, to see if they can get this done, of course. They're a good team. They should be able to complete the comeback here. We might be ready to start the third. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we are ready to start the third period here between the Capitals and the Canadiens here in just a second. I tell you who is on the ice when I call the goal. Caps, Caps, Caps. Next Flyer stream soon. Not this month, though. Probably next month. I'll take that, but if they lose, that will not be good. Might not even stay in here. I might go down. I hope Toronto loses. If they do, I'll be happy. Does regular YouTube have live hockey? I know YouTube TV does, I think. I think they get your regional broadcast games, I believe. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Go Habs, go. Love to hear that, too. We got both fan bases here in the stream tonight. Just updating my stat sheet here super quick. And then Rasmus Sandin. All right, I'm almost done. Sandin. Do I like the Caps or Canadiens? I don't really like either. I'm a Flyers fan. But we commentate all 32 teams here on this stream, on these commentary streams. So honestly, I try to keep a level head. I try to keep it balanced. All right, let's get ready for the start of the third period here between the Canadiens and the Capitals. Second period recap. Goals were scored by... Checks notes. Yeah, you can boo. You can boo. That's fine. Ethan Frank had 2. Joe Veleno, Jacob Chikrin, Nick Suzuki, and Sonny Milano. It'll be McMichael, Duhaime, Leonard against Suzuki, Caulfield, Boldu. On defense, Chikrin, Roy against Hudson and Struble to start. And we are underway here for the third period. Face-off is won then by the Canadiens. Down low, Boldu with the puck. Battling forward here in the corner. McMichael cleared back then to Duhaime on the right side. Banks off the boards then to center. Leonard racing for it. Intercepted there. Here comes Suzuki in. Shoots it. And it goes wide of Lindgren. Yeah, we all have opinions. I like the Caps. I don't have a problem with the Caps. But I've been doing this for 5 years, just commentating teams. I don't really dislike any teams anymore. Here's McMichael back over. Then a shot from the likes of Leonard is cleared back down low behind the net. Battling forward is Beauvillier. Puck is poke checked up to the point. Here's Boldu. We'll drop it back then for Davidson. Davidson on the right side up to the point. On the right side, Suzuki, a shot. And that one deflects back down low. Shots are 21-19 here in favor of Washington. Montreal needs 2 goals to tie, 3 to win. It's going to be difficult. We'll see if they can do it. Do I like the Canadiens or Capitals? I like neither. I mean, I don't dislike them. And puck drops in there on Dobish. He'll make the save. Here's Dobson now on the right side. Trying to throw that one out to center. Davidson tries clearing that one off. Milano battling for it. Something just fell from the sky. Davidson intercepted there in front. Deking it in now is Lapierre. Will throw that one behind the net. Back up to the point. Sandin dumps it down low. Milano trying to get that one in front. And Lapierre can't get that one in time. Veleno to Lapierre. Lapierre holds the puck, throws it down low behind the net. Milano in front, and Sandin can't get the shot off. Lapierre a chance denied. Frank a backhand. That one stopped. Now battling for it on the right side. It's stolen back then by the Caps. McIlrath moves in, fires that one wide. It's banked off the boards. Then here comes Davidson. He's knocked off of the puck as he backhands it down low. Thanks, Eddie. I appreciate that. What's up, Bond? Welcome back, bro. Capitals have the puck. Here they move it now through the neutral zone. Roy to center. Racing forward is Protas. Protas now behind the net. Banks it up to the point. Roy now on the right side. A shot. Deflected back down low into the corner. Suzuki battling forward alongside Wilson. Carrier gets it back then for Montreal. Demidov to Roy. A shot. And that one banks off the boards back up to the point. Another chance. And that one goes wide as well. Demidov. Through now to the right side. 3 minutes into this third period. Here's Suzuki. Brings that one in now. Slavkovsky tries getting that one in front. It's banked off the boards then. Cleared away then by Demidov all the way back into the Montreal zone. Now Hudson holds the puck. Montreal needs 2 goals. Shots are 22-20. Through center, it's Wah. Dumps it into the zone. Puck goes way up in the air. It's kept in by Hudson. Trying to battle for it. It's blown dead for offsides. And then we get some pushing and shoving here from Hudson and Leonard. And they back away from that, obviously. Dobish made some more saves here. His save percentage has gone up to a respectable .833. I don't know if that's respectable, but you can take that what you will. Dumped down low now into the Washington zone. Here's Sandin behind the net. Off the boards then for Leonard. Leonard throws it up to center. Into the zone then. It's picked up and blown dead for another offsides. These guys love going offsides, don't they? So funny enough, there were 8 penalties in that first period. There has been 0 in the second period. I guess all those penalties were replaced with goals. So faceoff will come now outside of the Montreal zone. Faceoff's won then by the Habs. Banked off the boards. Tied up there now. Racing it into the zone is Beauvillier now. Dobson intercepts that one to Matheson. Picked up by Veleno. Veleno moves it through the defensive zone. Joe Veleno will dump that one in. McIlrath battles for it alongside him. It goes up to the point. Kept around then behind the net. Veleno in front to Waugh. Waugh, backhand. And it goes wide of Lindgren. Here's Beauvillier now on the right side. Habs could use a goal from one of their bottom sixers. Already got one from Veleno tonight. And obviously one from Gallagher too. They could use another one. They could use 2 or 3. Here come the Caps. Protas down the right side. Shoots it. It goes off of Dobish back up to the point. Washington will keep that one in. Now Wilson on the right side. Tom Wilson holds the puck. Waits. Down low. Favaria shot save. Rebounds in front. It's kicked away then by the Habs. Here's Suzuki now the other way. He's got some speed. Tied up there by 2 Capitals. He'll clear that one to center. Stolen back then by Caulfield. Caulfield behind the net. Still has the puck. To the point then to Hudson. Hudson to the right side. Struble. Down low Suzuki. Washington's there. They're not giving them that much room, and they don't look, and it's out of the zone. Disappointing. Here's Hudson now bringing it in. Lane Hudson drops it back to the point. Boldu banked off the boards then down low. Roy battling forward here as well. It's taken back then by Montreal. Caulfield going at it there with Leonard in the corner. Hudson now to Caulfield at the point. A shot, and they score! Mike Matheson, a shot from the point, and Montreal is within 1 again. For the 3rd time, they keep on crawling back. And we'll see if this sustains itself this time. Mike Matheson from Cole Caulfield and Lane Hudson. And it's a 5-4 hockey game. Okay. So the Habs are within 1. They keep coming back here in this crazy game. And we'll see what happens here next, but the goals just keep on coming. It's been an insane game in terms of goals. 9 goals total combined. Here's Xhekaj now on the right side. Banked off the boards then as Demidov tries to bring it into the zone. Slavkovsky battles forward here. Pass in front. Sable rebounds there, and it's kicked back away. Here's another chance, and that one goes wide. What a save by Charlie Lindgren. Here's Roy now clearing out to center. Racing for it then is Beauvillier on the right side as McMichael had a chance. Now Demidov gets it down low. Banked around then behind the net. Xhekaj to center. It'll go into the Washington zone. Kapanen gets hit into the boards there deep, and Washington clears out to center. Mike Matheson now regroups in the Canadiens' end. Matheson holds the puck. Gives it up then now on the right side. Davidson racing forward. It's stolen back then by Carlson. And back for Davidson now on the right side in front. Gallagher shoots it wide. Here's Strome. Will clear that one all the way out to center. Regrouping now with it is Dobson on the right side. Dobson banks it off the boards. Veleno behind the net. Joe Veleno holds the puck. Looks for options here. Moves it back to center. Davidson to Matheson. He'll conserve that one back into his own zone. Shots are 24-22. The Bell Center is loud. Montreal, you got to give them credit. They don't quit. Sort of. Intercepted there by Hudson. Lane Hudson dekes around. What a play. He fans on the shot. Oh, that would have been nasty if he could convert it on that. That would have been nasty. Oh, of course. Veleno now on the right side battling for it. Washington trying to get to it there as well. Sordiff steals that puck back over then for Waugh. Waugh clears it into the Montreal zone. Dobish will make the save and cover up. Oh, Lane Hudson so close, yet so far. So Mike Matheson from Caulfield and Hudson makes it a 5-4 hockey game here. And they are within one. It's been an intense one, that's for sure. Oh my goodness. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Jeff Petrie played his 1,000th game today. Former Montreal Canadien. Was there in the 2021 Stanley Cup final run, I believe. When they were en route to a Stanley Cup final. They lost in 5 games. But it was still a fun run nonetheless. All right. Ethan Frank, 2 goals and an assist tonight. First career 3-point game. Got to give the guy some credit. He's been fun tonight here for Montreal, or for Washington. Not for Montreal, definitely not. For Washington. Thank you all for watching my stream tonight. We'll be live later for Capitals, for Canucks and Stars. That's our game later tonight, so stay tuned for that. Puck now behind the net. Here comes Veleno through center. Joe Veleno backhands that one down low. Chychrun takes it behind the Capitals net. 11 minutes to go here in the third period. Here comes Ovechkin. Moves in. Dekes around. He gets tied up there by Dobson. Would have been a nice play if he could have converted on that. Puck slides out through center. Ovechkin keeps it in. Shoots it wide of Dobish. Now Beauvillier to the point. Ovechkin shoots it wide. Good night, all. See you, Bon. Montreal now moving through center. Suzuki trying to bring that one in. It's intercepted then quickly. Here's Wilson now back to Sordiff on the right side. Waugh holds the puck. Back then for Sordiff. Moves it through center. Will deke into the zone. Hudson battling forward as well. Sordiff now behind the net to Wilson. Cleared back the other way. It's kept in, though, by the Caps. Protas clears that one now behind the net. Up at the point, Wilson. Tom Wilson moves it back behind the Montreal net. To the point, a shot. Save, rebounds there in front. They're jabbing at it. Another save by Dobish. Now back up to the point. Another shot. And that one goes wide. Washington keeping the pressure here in the Montreal zone. Wow, a chance. Jabbing at that puck. It's loose, and they finally blow the whistle. And it was waved off. It looked like the puck went into the net, but apparently it was waved off. And some pushing and shoving here. Again, these teams played in the first round last year, so the physicality and the rivalry, I would say, is still fresh. Face-off will come here in the Montreal zone. Interesting spot for Dobish to be in here, obviously. They're going to review this play to see what will come of it. Both goaltenders have had pretty lackluster save percentages. All three of them at that, actually. Charlie Lindgren, 19 saves on 23 shots. That gives him to a .826 save percentage. .826. As for Montembeault, 7 saves on 10 shots. That's .700 save percentage. And then Dobish, 15 saves on 17 shots. That gives him an .882. And Dobish has the best save percentage here in this game tonight. Shots are 27-23. We'll get a face-off here now. As they reviewed that play, it did not amount to anything. And they're looking at this play themselves on the tablet to see if it did cross the line. I thought we were done with this. It doesn't look conclusive enough to tell. It doesn't look conclusive enough. So I'm going to say no. All right, finally, face-off one here by the Caps. Montreal steals it back. Here they come the other way. Carrier dumps it into the Washington zone. Roy now on the right side, banks it off the boards. Trying to poke check that one ahead is Duhaime on the right side. McMichael, Demidov throws it in front. Slavkovsky battling for it. Now here in the corner. Demidov behind the net. Battling for it with Sandin. Demidov moves around, looks, throws it up to the point. Carrier to Demidov. Waits, shoots it, deflected in front. Chance there, a shot by Slavkovsky denied by Lindgren with the glove. Lindgren will squeeze there for another face-off. Just over the halfway mark. Mike Matheson with the 9th goal in the third period. Makes it a 1-goal game here. We'll head to commercial break. So for those who are wondering, that is Mike Matheson's first goal in a commentary stream. Assists on that goal were from Caulfield and Hudson. Coming into the crunch time here. We'll see if Montreal can get that game-tying goal. It's been an insane game. I couldn't even keep up. Too many to even do a comment. Too many to even do clips for half of them. I only did clips for 2 of them. Shots are 27-24. Again, thank you all so much for tuning into this stream. A lot of whistles here tonight. A lot of penalties, a lot of goals. It's been a long game. It's 9:30. I got to be live at 9:50, about 20 minutes for the next one, so I might not have that much time in between. Got some pizza. Face-off coming here now in the Washington zone. It's Suzuki versus McMichael. Face-off is won by Montreal. At the point, Matheson down low. Caulfield save. Rebounds there in front. It's jabbed away. Washington steals it back. It's Protas now. Throws it back to center. Into the zone then McMichael. McMichael, Wilson a shot. And that's wide. Chance there for the Habs is once again denied. They've had plenty of those type of chances tonight. Here's Caulfield through center. Dumps it into the Washington zone. Carlson to the right side. Suzuki throws it up then for Boldu. Boldu waits, fires it. Save there by Lindgren. Down low now on the right side. Sandin to Carlson. Carlson battling forward in the corner. Back over then for Protas. Taken back by Washington. 3-on-2 the other way. Faravari will lose that puck to the Habs, and now Carlson will regroup here in the Washington zone. John Carlson here racing through neutral zone. Will dump that one into the Montreal end. Now Beauvillier behind the net. Taken back then by Hudson. Hudson to Chikrin, a shot. Pass in front is denied. Now Strome with it. Looks for options. Shot from the point. Deflected. Goes back down low behind the net. Picked back up then by Ovechkin. Ovechkin down low as McMichael battles for it. Puck slides up in the air and it goes out of play. Faceoff will be in the Montreal zone though. Habs fans. Caps players wanted a penalty. It looks like it went off the glass, but it will stay inside of the Montreal zone. Face off again now in the Washington zone. Face off one here by the Canadiens down low. Beauvillier battling alongside Matheson. Now Anderson breaks that puck free. Clears it around then for Waugh. Back all the way into the Washington zone. Chikrin banks it off the boards. It'll slide back down into the Montreal zone. Dobson then for Matheson on the right side. Mike Matheson feeds it to center. Veleno carries it into the zone. Looks for options. Back up to the point. It's still kept in though by Montreal. Kick back behind the net. Anderson into the corner. Veleno trying to pick that one up. Looking for options to the point. Dobson a shot. Deflected as it goes wide. Now Gallagher battling for it behind the net. And it's banked up to the point. Lane Hudson carries that one around. He loses an edge. Here come the Caps the other way. It's a 3-on-1. Leonard into the zone now with Duhaime and McMichael. McMichael to Leonard in front. Passes too many times. That could have put the game away, but nope. Too many passes. Here's Leonard now down the right side, battling forward with 7.5 minutes to go. He's hit there by Veleno. Carlson to the right side. Protas waits. Will drop it back. McMichael holds it then on the right side. A puck goes up in the air and back out to center. And Carlson will be forced to regroup. Protas to Sordiff. Sordiff loses that puck. Now he battles forward in the corner. Slid out in front. Veleno to Slavkovsky. Uri Slavkovsky will bring that one into the zone. Behind the net. Clear around then for Demidov who battles forward here. Caps trying to play that one forward. Kapanen to Jacki. To Carrier. Back to Jacki. A shot. And that one is blocked. Down low now. Demidov battling for it. He'll carry that puck, looking for options. Stolen back then by the Caps. They will clear the other way. Not enough for an icing, it looks like. Jake Evans is not going to return tonight. They just showed that on the scorebook here. Here's Boldu racing it into the zone. He's tied up there by Washington's defense. Sandin now kicks it forward to Strome. Strome to Raw. Roy will dump that one in. Matheson battling for it now. 6 minutes to go here in the third. Caps have a 1-goal lead. Cole Caulfield through center. Caulfield moves it through, brings it in, clears it back into the corner. Battling for it then down low is Sandin alongside Leonard. Caps do get that puck. Rasmus Sandin with speed. 3-on-2 the other way. Pass back then for Duhaime. Goes down low. Sandin poke checks it forward, or at least tries to. Caulfield on the right side then with Matheson. Mike Matheson to Boldu. Will hold that one at center. Shots are 29-26 in favor of Washington. 9 total goals scored in this game. Here's Struble, brings it in then for Anderson. Shot in front, save, rebound is there! It's in front, what a block by Sordiff, otherwise that puck's going in. Absolutely robbed. And now here come the Caps the other way. Wilson drops it back for Sordiff. Sordiff with some room, dekes in, loses that puck in his feet. Here's Protas, shoots it. That one's also blocked. Now 5 minutes to go. Gallagher clears it through, stolen back then by Carlson. He'll dump that one in down low. Racing forward is Wilson. He gets to that puck. Wilson in front. Saved by Dobish. Chances here for both sides. An intense game nonetheless. It's a 1-goal game. 5-4 Washington. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you guys could subscribe down below if you like the content. We do these commentary streams every single week. We have Dallas and Vancouver up next. Whew. It's an intense one here tonight. We'll see if Montreal can tie it. One thing I said about Montreal early in this season is they love to be dramatic. They love to win close games or win in overtime. They've done that a lot this year. All right. Hope Montreal wins. We'll see if they can make the comeback here, bro. All right. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the third period. The Habs trail by 1. As there were some chances here for Montreal. There was a chance right in front, but there was too much traffic for Struble to tuck that one in. He had Lindgren beat, but Carlson was there in front with Veleno. And I think Veleno himself blocked that shot. All right, less than 5 to go here. Keep an eye out for Jakub Dobish. They will pull him if the opportunity presents itself. Here's Matheson through center. Pass over then for Struble on the right side. Stolen back then by Washington. Ovechkin will clear out to center. It goes down the other way for an icing. Face off here now, won by the Caps. Caulfield now on the right side is Boldu battling for it too. 4:10 left to go in the third period. It's a 1-goal game here in Montreal. Hudson breaks that puck free at the point, moves it down low, waits, pass over. There's nobody there. Here come the Caps the other way. It's a 3-on-1. Rushing forward here into the zone. Ovechkin! He scores! Good night, Montreal. Alex Ovechkin with less than 4 minutes to go. That should put the game away. It's 6-4. What a night for Alex Ovechkin. He's played phenomenal here. His 9th goal of the year, his 2nd goal of the night, assisted by Dylan Strome, makes it a 2-goal lead once again. It's the 10th goal of the night. We've seen so many freaking goals tonight. And yeah, 2-on-1 breakaway. He's not going to miss that one. And that'll put the Caps into the driver's seat here if they weren't already. It's Ovechkin's 2nd goal, 3rd point of the night. It's also Dylan Strome's third point of the night, too. Here come the Canadiens. They'll try and make another comeback here. Again, there's been 10 goals tonight. There's still a chance they can score 2 more. It's not the craziest thing we would have seen tonight. Caps move it through center. Into the zone now. Sort of a slap shot. And that one is wide. Out of the zone now. Faravari back to Roy. Roy will dump that one in down low. Carrier battling forward here. Wilson back down low. Up to the point. Faravari can't keep it in. That one's offsides for Washington. Habs will hold it back in their own zone. .3:15 left to go here in the third. The crowd gets quiet here in Montreal. Here's Suzuki, a shot. That one is blocked. Sandin off the boards. Now Leonard with some speed. Ryan Leonard will drop it back. Looks for options now to the point. Clear around now behind the net. As Duhaime battles for that puck, stolen back then by Hudson to Suzuki. Keep an eye out for Dobish, though. They'll still pull him with 2 goals to spare. Slavkovsky to Suzuki. Into the zone now is Caulfield to the right side. Moving in, a shot. That one is blocked. It slides out of the zone. And now it's 6-on-5. Empty net here for Montreal. Demidov into the zone. Deking around then and trying to get it around Sandin. It's cleared out by Carlson. And all the way back down out to center. The pucks are bouncing off the refs like crazy here in this game. Slavkovsky trying to poke it forward. Here they come. Caulfield shoots it. Save. The rebound is kicked back down low. Back in front, then Ovechkin clears for the empty net. He hits it! Hat trick for Alex Ovechkin, the first one in a commentary stream this season. It's 7-4 Capitals. Alex Ovechkin, a hat trick in the Bell Center. And as we said, it's the first hat trick we have seen in a Watch with Nordic commentary stream since Sam Reinhart's 4-goal performance in 2024 or 2025 in the Stanley Cup Final. Updating the score sheet right now, it's Ovechkin's, I don't even know what number his hat trick is. But there you go. Hugh, you said it. You said we'd see one tonight. Montreal is unfortunately going to drop their 5th straight game tonight. But Alex Ovechkin picking up a hat trick here. And we'll play the final 2 minutes of tonight's contest. But Ovechkin, his career versus Montreal, 61 games played, 42 goals, 74 points. Averages 4 shots a game. Now we'll play the final 2 minutes. Puck slides back into the Montreal zone. Canadiens will regroup. Struble behind the net, trying to throw that one out to center, back into the Montreal zone or Washington zone. It's an icing here against Montreal. So, fun fact, that is actually the second hat trick that has happened here in the Bell Center in a live commentary stream. The first one was the first ever one when Patrick Laine did it in a game against Buffalo last year. So now we've witnessed everything here. Don't like Dallas or Vancouver, so I'm going to leave. I'll be back for more of your videos. It's very fun tonight. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it sucks Montreal couldn't get the win, but you're not going to win them all. And then as well as that, too, they have lost 5 in a row, so it's not ideal. Here's Frank now through the zone. Milano brings it in, waits, shoots it. He scores! And the goals keep racking up. Sonny Milano, it's 8-4. Good Lord, this game is cracked. It'll be the second goal of the game for Sonny Milano. Shoots that one past Jakub Dobish. It's 8-4. So if I'm correct, this is the first game ever in Watch with Nordic history where we have seen 8 goals scored. There's not a lot of games where we've seen 7. I'm looking through the game logs here. Yes, we have not seen many 8s. Yes, this is the first game in commentary history where we've seen 8 goals scored by a single team in a game. Wow. Milano from Frank and Lapierre. A lot of stat padding here for Washington. Sandin clears out to center. See ya, Eddie. Thanks for coming in. Here's Xhekaj now on the right side. Banked off the boards back into the Washington zone. Lindgren now. Over then for Leonard. Puck slides all the way back into the Montreal zone. It goes in on Dobish, but Xhekaj will take that puck. Final minute of play here in regulation. 8 goals for Washington. Here's Leonard. Over then for Sandin in front. They try giving Milano the hat trick, but it's broken away and cleared down the other way. Now Washington will regroup. And we hear a whistle be blown. And something just happened. I'm not sure what. But frustrating. So Sonny Milano is second of the night. Ovechkin has 2 here. It's 8-4. Never seen a game with this many goals. Never. So Alex Ovechkin, a hat trick. Always wanted to see an Ovi hat trick in a commentary stream, and I'm glad we saw one tonight. Unsportsmanlike penalties here at the end of this one. It looks like it's going to be a 4-on-4 here. It's on the likes of... I'm not even sure, actually. I'm not even sure. This one's pretty much done anyway. Doesn't really matter. 40 seconds to go. Ethan Frank and Sonny Milano with 2 goals. Ovechkin with 3. Chikrin scores as well tonight. A lot of multi-goal performances here by Washington players. Do want to say that the people who are still in here, we will be live in about 10 minutes for Dallas and Vancouver. Face-off won here by the Habs in the Washington zone. Shot is gloved by Charlie Lindgren with 28.6 seconds to go. Travis Sanheim and Adam Fantilli win respective games in overtime. Face-off now won by the Canadiens. Xhekaj moves into the zone. Fires it. Saved there by Lindgren on the right side. Struble with the puck. Holds that one down low. Stolen back. Milano looked to break for the Hattie, but wasn't going to get that chance. Struble now throws it down low. Milano looking for the Hattie in front then. McIlrath a shot save. Rebounds there in front. They'll jab at it. Another chance. Milano in the air. 2 seconds left, and that will be the end here of this one tonight. A lot of offense, a lot of goals. Final score, the Caps 8 and Montreal 4. Wow. So before we go, I got to be live in about 10 minutes. I want to read off the save percentages because for both sides, they were not that great. So Charlie Lindgren, 25 saves on 29 shots. He has an .862 save percentage here in this game overall. And then for the other guys, Montembault, 7 saves on 10 shots. That's a .700 save percentage. Dobish, 20 saves on 24 shots and .833. Okay, that'll do it for me tonight. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll be live in about 10 minutes for Vancouver and Dallas. But regardless, thank you all so much. Subscribe down below if you're new. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next stream.